Okay, we've just finished approaching the ball and throwing the ball. We now need to take a look at balls that are not hit directly at us. It'd be nice if every batter accommodated the defense and hit the ball directly at a player. But seldom does that happen on a regular basis at any rate. So you're going to have to move left, you're going to have to move right. Now if you have to move quickly, and we'll start out with a ball that is hit to my glove side. We'll start on the easy side first. You're down in your fielding position. What we want to do is to pivot on the foot nearest the ball, pivot hard, and push off this one. This is what we call our crossover step. And as we do it, the entire body turns in this direction. And what we want to do is make sure we actually pivot in contrast to step and then turn. 2-3 inches isn't going to get us any very fast. It just takes up time. So this is something you need to watch for your players, because most people will have a tendency to move their feet first. This is basically an inefficient use of your time. So what you want to do is to pivot hard, push this knee out over this toe, pivot hard, push off with this one, and head in this direction. And what you'll do, the same thing as we demonstrated earlier, we're going to stay close to the ground. So when we get to the ball, the glove is down, we're not up high, and we have to quickly put the glove down. Same thing is true if we're going to move to our non-glove side. We want to be down, we want to make sure we pivot rather than taking this step. You pivot, you're ready, you stay down, and you go. Push hard off this back foot, push hard here, and pivot here, and so you can go right through the ball. If a ball appears it's going to get past you, then at that point you may have to, instead of using a true crossover, you're going to have to add a slight drop step to it. So if the ball is coming over here, I pivot, I open, and I approach it at an angle. So I have a little bit more time to cut the ball off. Same thing as an outfielder does on balls that hit the gap. They've got to cut it off by going out a little bit, away, and to the ball at an angle. So an infielder has to do the same thing. I'm going to ask Carrie once again to come in and get down in her fielding position, and I'm going to give her a couple just to the glove side for her. And some of these, instead of moving right now, if it were something she could just scoot over, slide over, she would do so. We're going to do these so she has to actually cross over. So with this in mind, here we go. Okay, she crosses over. Now notice when she feels that ball, it was actually at an angle. This is where you have to turn to get to the ball. You use that angle. Sometimes it's your entire body, sometimes it might just be the glove. We'll do another one. Comes the ball, and she turns and gets it. Notice also, we'll have you stop so you feel this one. Okay, notice her head is down, her back is level, she's in a great fielding position. Then from there she can finish, walk through it, and then throw it. Notice she gets her feet around quickly. Let's try the non-glove side. Down position, glove down. The whole time her glove is like a vacuum. It's still down there, and then she'll pick it up and be ready to get in position to throw. But the body stays down. So many times, we're going to do this again, you're going to come up, Carrie, because this is a typical mistake that athletes will make. Comes up, then she tries to go back down, and you've lost your timing. You have to go down and try to stab the ball, so to speak, and then it may not even stick if you get to it at all. So let's do good technique, always finish on good technique. Here we go. She gets there, glove is down, head is down, and notice she finished walking through. She didn't put on the brakes, she didn't slam on the brakes. She finished walking through, so the ball will stick in her glove rather than dropping out. Once more on that side. Good job. Notice she took that. We'll do that one more time, and then we'll hold position. Notice, this is the step that she finished with. She came through with this leg that allowed her to stay down. If she doesn't pull that leg back, she doesn't have good balance. She's going to be reaching. So she pulls this leg through, pulls it through, and then she can come up and get into her throwing position. So she pulls that leg through instead of just stopping and trying to set and throw. So finish that. So many people will simply stop. They've got the ball, they jab at it. She just keeps right on going, nice and soft. Then from that position, we can go ahead, turn, and make our throw. So basically, that's our lateral movement. Spent a lot of time on lateral movement, drop steps, crossovers, but this is the key in the crossover, that there are no preparatory steps. You don't have anything you do ahead of time. You simply turn and you go. You turn and you go. Strong legs. One of the basic things with fielding that we have to remember is we have to have strong legs. Once you get into extra innings, the second game of a day, maybe the third game of a day, maybe the fourth game of a weekend tournament, If your legs start tiring, this is what you're going to see. You're going to have them come up. This is what you're going to see. You're going to have them come up because their legs are tired. Spend a lot of time on strengthening the legs, and then they'll stay in position. There won't be a problem with staying down because they're strong enough to do it. If your feet are in position, everything else comes naturally. It's getting your feet in position. Instead of reaching, trying to reach it actually takes a lot more effort and time than taking that one more step, staying down, coming up. You can set, I'm back into a good throwing position here, and I can get rid of it. Let's do one of those, demonstrate a throwing position from the backhand. Yeah, we'll start with the backhand. Okay. She gets there, she just, notice she steps toward her bag again, to first base or second base, wherever her target is, and then she would go ahead and throw. But she will come up in a nice strong position, unlike coming out here, feeling the ball and then trying to throw from here. Not a balanced position, not a strong position. We've collapsed back here. We're having to come all the way around here. So once you have that ball, you can just set and get rid of it. So that pretty much takes care of the lateral movement in terms of ground balls.